Hey there, folks. Folks. I sound like Doug Ford. So I don't know what looks better in 2 ears, like earbuds in both, or in one, or anyway. The debate is tonight. It's Monday, October 7th. Trevor's pad was last night. I haven't changed the graphic yet, but I need to get a new one for the next show. Next show, November 3rd. If you weren't there, boy, did you miss out. Just a stellar show, as usual. Oh, hottest ticket in town. Trevor's Pad, first Sunday of every month at Yuck Yucks, Ottawa. Why am I talking like a broadcaster? I'm not sure. But anyway, so the debate, as I said, is tonight. I'm very excited. Is it going to change my voting intentions? No, but I still just like watching for the theater and the just it's like every debate, it's always the same thing. As soon as it's done, I know it's going to happen. They're going to say there were no knockout punches. There were no knock. They always make that same assessment, whether or not. Just once, I want to see. I don't know, like when the last time there was an example of a knockout punch in a debate. I guess it was maybe '84 Mulrooney against John Turner. You had a choice, sir. That was, I guess, a turning. I don't know. Who cares? That was like 35 years ago. It'll be a lot of, everyone will be picking on Trudeau, and there'll be a lot of picking on Scheer, and Max Bernier, I'm sure, is going to make an ass of himself, but I mean, that might get him up to 3.5% with some kooks and wingnuts. The good thing about the People's Party of Canada being in the debate, Max Bernier being in the debate, I still don't really understand why he is, but if they can just get, they cost the Conservatives 5 seats with their support, that's great. If that means they don't get a fucking majority, I'm happy. As long as they don't get a majority, that's really what I care about. Because, yeah, well, I don't even want to think about that, but life will go on no matter what. So, speaking of the Conservative Party, this is a story from Jeff Semple, who he works for Global now. He used to work for CBC, good reporter. And he's kind of Global's bullshit detector during the campaign, because he did another story. I'm going to go to what's the guy's name? He basically picked apart. So a Conservative candidate was sending around flyers. So that's not what this particular article. This article is like picking apart what they're saying about the carbon tax, because there's all kinds of histrionics. Doug Ford is the worst for like saying basically if the Liberals, the Liberal carbon tax in Ontario, I mean, I'm just like switching between federal and provincial politics, but the harbinger of oh my God, your taxes are going to go, your gas prices are going to go up by 700%. Like, they're just flat out making shit up. They're saying like, the carbon tax will increase cost per liter by 22.5 cents. Where they're getting this from, I have no fucking idea. That's the point where we're at right now in the campaign, I guess. I don't know if it's desperation or if this is just standard operating procedure for like right-wing political movements where they're just flat out making shit up now. Pierre Poilievre, who is my parents' member of parliament, like, I was reading an article a couple weeks ago, they were following around campaigning in the riding, and like they were quoting him saying like he's going door to door and he says shit to people like, if the Liberals are re-elected, your taxes are going to go up 50%. Like, honestly, saying that with a straight face, and people believe that shit. They eat that shit up. They're like, oh my God, like this fear mongering where they're saying, not only is okay, you can attack, negative advertising is a staple of politics that works, all right? You attack your opponent, and God knows the Conservatives, and not just the Conservatives, but like Trudeau's the party in power. They're the party that have a record to be attacked. So obviously you're going to attack them on their record. But not only do they attack them on their record, they just flat out make up shit about what they're going to do, or even stuff they have done, and people just don't even fact check him on it. I mean, there's one reporter here, like Jeff Semple, who's going through it saying, hey, you're full of shit. But in terms of like the popular consciousness, like, people are just eating it up. They actually believe this shit. It's like, it's ridiculous. They're just allowed to flat out lie. Okay? Now, like, this leads me to the guy, what's his, Ron, let me just Google, is it Ron Sonoya? I can't remember the guy's name. Sonoya? I should have got his name down. There's a Conservative candidate, I think he's in the Toronto area. So this Jeff Semple guy, Conservative candidate lying about immigrants. So here it is, Bob Soroya. Okay, my internet's really slow. Again, I mentioned I have a coal-fired computer. Okay, Jeff Semple, Brian Hill. Conservative MP uses campaign flyers. So I saw this last week, and I want flyer to spread falsehoods about fake refugees. So on a flyer, on a mail out that he sent out to his constituents in the riding, Markham Unionville, so that's like suburban, like north of Toronto. Okay, irregular border crossers are fake refugees and illegal. Irregular border crossers, sorry. Nearly half of irregular border crossers have criminal records. Where the fuck are you getting this from? So then if you go around fueling many falsehoods, like this is, okay, we're not talking about, okay, you get angry about a carbon tax, okay, it's one thing. Like this is actually attacking, okay, immigrant, like the same shit that the People's Party of Canada, you know, they keep going about mass immigration. This is building hatred of immigrants and refugees without flat out bullshit fucking lies. By the way, just to get off topic, I've got art now, as you can see. I'm kind of, see, if I move my head there, you can see I've got some lovely riverscapes. Kelly Banks, my friend, painted this stuff. Thank you, Kelly. Place is looking great. Why did it get all blurry there all of a sudden? Anyway, and also Austin gave me this art. It's like Peruvian Inca art or something. So my place is looking great. Anyway, I don't know why I interrupted my rant about lying about immigrants and refugees from right-wingers to like show you my art, but I just had to calm myself down, I guess. So here, okay, so here's the flyer. And this guy, I don't know how safe this riding is. He's probably going to get reelected. It doesn't fucking matter. It's like Cheryl Gallant, right? The Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke MP. She just flat out makes up shit about pro-life stuff, about abortion, and, you know, or says, you know, like, you know, abortion is like no different. What did she say? It's no different than like a beheading of people by ISIS in Syria. Like I'm getting the quote not exactly accurate. She doesn't even campaign. She does not show up to debates. She doesn't answer reported questions. She doesn't even try. But it's such a safe riding. She knows she's going to get reelected. Anyway, so where is like there's here nearly half of recent illegal border crossers have criminal records. Now I guess he's getting this from somebody in the Border Guards Union, like. Said through the actual stat out, and it was accepted as an article of faith. Okay, so the actual, nearly half of recent illegal border crossers have criminal records. So if you're a constituent of this fuckhead, okay, and you get this in the mail, like, oh my God, I'm so concerned. My God, Justin Trudeau's just letting everyone, oh, it's just an open border society. But, you know, like it's mass hysteria about a panic. You know, it's the same kind of shit that Trump's doing, right? Like getting everyone, like, oh, everyone coming from the south, they're all criminals, they're all rapists and drug dealers. So, okay, here's the actual number, okay? Nearly half of recent illegal border crossers have criminal records. In September, Global News reported that just 0.3%. Now, I guess if you really want to split hairs, you could say that's nearly half and that it's more than zero, but less than half. So they're saying nearly half. So when you do nearly half, like what, 40%, 45%, maybe 38% even? No, the actual number is 0.3, okay, of irregular border crossers. Now, irregular border crossers, people who go across the border at not a point of entry because they're trying to get refugee status because they're fleeing a really fucking terrible situation in their fucking home country. But this is the kind of fear-mongering shit that these guys fucking do. They whip up the fucking old people into a frenzy about these criminal refugees crossing in the border into our country illegally and get them all scared and get them to keep voting Conservative. Trudeau, here's the actual flyer. Illegal border processing costs alone to exceed $1 billion. Okay, nearly half of recent who made the claims said these comments were blown out of proportion and spun by certain members of the media. Okay, anyway. So I guess this guy's, his point of, and this is like an article I read interestingly about this whole concept of like where it's like, they can take the point, they can say, well look, we're not lying, we're not flat out making it up, we're just taking a stat out of context, or we're taking a stat that somebody reported erroneously and relaying it as fact. This is the kind of shit that gets spread around on your fucking parents' and grandparents' Facebook pages, shared as a meme, or like to get people outraged and upset about those others that are coming into our country, okay? And this is the kind of shit that people will believe without any kind of critical thinking or fact checking. They'll just accept this, and they'll go to their fucking coffee shop, they'll go to their Tim Hortons, they'll read their fucking Toronto Sun all together and get all excited and upset about, oh, this Justin Trudeau being so soft and letting all these terrorists into our country. And they fucking eat this shit. They believe it. They repeat it as a fucking article of faith. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's the thing. It works. You could just, like, that's what the conservatives are doing now. They're just flat out making shit up, knowing that they can get away with it. It's the new world we live in, I guess, right? Where you could just say something and scream and whine and bleat fake news if somebody calls you out on your bullshit, and there's enough of your constituency that fucking believes it. 90% will see their application to stay. Anyway, I don't know if there's any more point of going through the rest of this article. Scott Bardsley. Oh shit, I actually know that guy. Spokesperson for Good Ale. Anyway, I didn't know if he knew he was. Yeah, Scott Bardsley's on my trivia team. Oh, it's getting a little real now. Sorry, I didn't read down the bottom of the article, Scott. In case you're watching this, see you tonight at trivia. Right after the debate, going to pub trivia. Last week, I played the first half of the game pretty much by myself. We still won. Just saying. If I could just find a way to make a living at trivia that doesn't involve getting on Jeopardy. I mean, because that's not really a career path. Anyway, enough about that. I think I've rambled long enough. I haven't done one in a couple days, so I know last time I said I was going to do one after the French debate, and I didn't because I did watch it, but I don't know. Scheer's French is worse than I thought it was. He really looked bad in that one. Again, I guess I'm biased, but yeah, tomorrow I will definitely do one of these. I'll talk about the debate, and I'm going to PVR it, and I'm going to turn the camera around onto my TV. Oh, fuck, I probably broke some. So you can see my TV, and I'll actually play clips from the debate while I'm talking. And now, oh yeah, there you can see my gym shorts. Oh boy, isn't this top-notch, cutting-edge YouTube broadcasting? Anyway, guys, I've been promoting the last Trevor's Pad that happened but the next Trevor's Pad, November 3rd. I know it's like 27 days away, but get your tickets, call the club. It's going to be great. Going to have another stellar lineup. Going to be a really fun night at Yuck Yucks Ottawa. Thanks for watching, everybody, and yeah, this has been fun. Thank you for watching the event. Good night and God bless.